Let's go back to Rob Piercy in the newsroom, who has new information.
Well, Dennis, after talking with multiple people now, some of them with direct information about what happened, people who witnessed the crash, what they're telling us, and we have yet to confirm this independently with either Washington State Patrol or the Department of Transportation, was that there was an oversized vehicle, a semi carrying an oversized load in the southbound lanes that hit the bridge at one point. And then that is what precipitated the collapse. It was shortly after this oversized load hit it that the bridge came down. That oversized load actually ended up making it across the bridge and stopping in the southbound lanes just after it had crossed the bridge. But that is what we are hearing from multiple witnesses independently, that this is what happened first, and then we had the bridge collapse. And we've heard from people who were as far away as 1.5 miles that heard that structure begin to creak and then crumble and fall into the river.
Interesting information, Rob. I think we can go to somebody who may have been there at the scene. Let's check in with Dale Ogden on the phone. And Dale, we understand you were a witness, that you might have seen what happened or what led up to this collapse.
Yes, no, I saw it. I was less than 50 feet in front of the truck when it hit it. I had just passed it in the fast lane, headed southbound, and it had it was an oversized load. It was approximately 12 feet wide and over 14 feet tall, and it was in the slow lane, and I came by it, and I saw the flag car up ahead, and I was behind the flag car but in front of the truck in the other lane, and I saw the whip that normally tells you how high they can clear start hitting the bridge, and I looked in my rearview mirror knowing this was not going to turn out well, and I saw the truck strike the upper right corner of the bridge. It almost tipped the truck over, but it came back down it tipped it up to about a 30-degree angle to the left, and it came back down on its wheels. And almost instantaneously behind that, I saw girders falling in my rearview mirror.
And you must,
Wow.
What does one think about that when you're driving along driving on a highway such as busy as I-5 and on a bridge like that, and you see the bridge simply start to fall into the river?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what was going through my mind, was because it was falling, from the north and south, and I was traveling south, and you're looking at it in your rearview mirror like in a movie, and is this going to catch up to me, and how much of this bridge is going to come down, because we're not even halfway across this bridge at this time.
Right.
So you actually saw the indicator that was attached to the lead or pilot car hit something, and that was what tipped you off that this could be bad.
Yes. I've been a truck driver for over 25 years, and I know I've hauled oversized loads, and I know what that guy's up there for, and he wasn't far enough ahead of the truck. He was probably only 150, 200 feet ahead of the truck, and when you're doing 60 miles an hour with something that big and heavy, I mean, the steel box that was on this trailer, like I say, it was 12 feet wide and over 14 feet high, and it had no sides on it. You could see through it, but it was reinforced in the front and the back and had a top on it. It was almost like a big moving container that the sides were cut out, but it was especially purpose-built for something, I don't know what.
When you were looking in your rearview mirror, Dale, and you see the bridge collapse, could you see any other vehicles on the bridge at the time go down with the bridge?
Well, I wasn't looking at other cars. I had just come by a bunch of cars. I came by a gold-colored four-door pickup with a travel trailer, and looking at the pictures on the television, looks like that pickup's in the river, but I don't see the travel trailer behind it anymore.
Right.
With your experience,
but no other cars came by. Once that bridge collapsed, immediately behind the truck. Wow. Nothing else came through that bridge after us.
Wow. With your experience in the trucking industry, how far ahead should a pilot car be so that if there's an issue, they can get word to a driver with a load to stop?
Well, it's going to depend on the truck and the load and the speeds and everything that you're going, but as close as he was with a truck that heavy, there's no way he could stop from 60 miles an hour if there was a bad indicator. Had he been in the fast lane, he wouldn't have hit the bridge because it was lower on the right where those start to curve down to go down to the bridge. It was lower on the right. It was only the top right corner that struck.
On the right side of the bridge that was struck, do you remember what the height limit is at that particular point?
Well, no, there was no sign on that bridge. It's
no sign.
No sign on that bridge, but it's not, it's a tall bridge. It's over 14 feet.
Right.
And legal limit, that's all you have to have is over 14 feet. So when you haul an oversized load, you've got to map out your route and everything, and you're supposed to know the bridge heights. But like I say, it was just right at the right corner. If he would have been in the center lane or the left lane, the fast lane, he would have cleared the bridge. But in the right lane, he didn't. But
still, that's the kind of thing that normally you would map out ahead of time, know each bridge, know each overpass, and know exactly where you should be.
Absolutely.
The other report, Dale, was that once the bridge collapsed, that did this oversized vehicle then stop after it crossed the bridge? Did the vehicle stop?
It was pulling over. I did not see it come to a complete stop, and I did not stop myself because at this time I didn't know the bridge collapsed. I saw some steel fall, but I didn't realize that the whole bridge came down. You couldn't see it.
When did you realize that the bridge had actually collapsed into the river?
An hour later when I got a phone call.
My goodness.
Talking with Dale Ogden, who was on that. You were on the bridge itself.
I was 50 feet in front of the truck that hit it.
Wow. Wow.
Dale, thank you for being with us on King 5 News. You've provided an excellent description of what precipitated that bridge collapse. Thank you again.
You betcha. Hopefully everybody's okay and comes out of it all right.